In this video, we'll be discussing about quadratic equation and its roots. If I'll write y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0 and a comma b comma c belongs to real numbers, then this expression is termed as quadratic polynomial. We can draw a graph of this quadratic polynomial also, and it comes out to be a parabolic in shape. So we call it as a parabola. This polynomial has two variables, one is x and one is y. We call x as independent variable and y is dependent variable. Okay. One more thing here which is quite important to note down is, if I'll write y is equal to 2x plus 3, here the expression is having degree as 1, we say it as linear polynomial. Say if I'll write y is equal to x square minus x plus root 3, here all the coefficients are real, okay. The degree is 2, we call it as quadratic polynomial. Or say if I have expression 3x cube minus 7x square plus root 2, this is degree 3, we call it as cubic polynomial. Similarly, degree 4 is known as, say if I write x4 plus 1, this is known as biquadratic polynomial. Now what is quadratic equation? As we got to know that ax square plus bx plus c, if I'll write it equal to y, is a quadratic polynomial, and if I'll put y is equal to 0 in the expression, I will get the term ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And if a is not equal to 0 and a comma b comma c belongs to real number, then this statement is known as quadratic equation. Equation is defined as if we have some expression on the left hand side and we put equal to some number, say it can be equal to 0, it can be equal to 1, it can be equal to 2. If expression on the left hand side is equated to some number on the right hand side, it can be 0, 1, 2 or 3 containing equality, then we call it as an equation. Okay, so this is a quadratic equation because the variable x has degree 2. Now the next step in this is we have to find the roots of this equation. As you know, the degree of this equation is 2, so it will have maximum of 2 real roots. Now we are interested to find out the roots of this equation. Let's say I say that ax square plus bx plus c can be written as a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta. So it means alpha comma beta are roots of this equation. Okay, to find out the roots of this equation, what I'll do is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Divide both the sides by a. The first step is divide both the sides by a. So we will get x square plus b by ax plus c by a is equal to 0. Now using completing square method, what we will do is x square plus 2 into b by 2ax plus b square by 4a square is equal to b square by 4a square minus c by a. So what I did here is I write b by a as 2 into b by 2a, and I added whole square of this term and added the same term on the right hand side. Now what we will get is this will become x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac by 4a square. If I remove this whole square and take it on the other side, I will get x plus b by 2a is equal to plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So finally we will get x as minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. We now, because this term is inside the under root and this is quite important term for us, what we do is we treat this as a variable d, b square minus 4ac, and we call it as discriminant. And this is quite important term in case of a quadratic equation. Okay, so our final roots are alpha is equal to minus b plus root d by 2a and beta is equal to minus b minus root d by 2a. It is our choice to consider this term as alpha or this term as alpha. It is our choice. Okay. Now the next thing is we need to find out alpha plus beta, which we call as sum of roots. Okay, there are two ways to find sum of roots and product of roots. Let's first add these two values because we have calculated. So if I add these two values, what I will get is minus b plus root d plus minus b minus root d divided by 2a. So this will become minus 2b divided by 2a, which is equal to minus b by a. Alpha beta is equal to product of roots. In this, what we will do is we will multiply these two terms. So I will get minus b whole square minus root d whole square by 4a square. So this will become b square minus 4ac by 4a square. B square will cancel out. 4ac upon 4a square is c by a. So we got one more important term as sum of roots is minus b by a and product of roots is c by a. One more term which is very widely used is difference of roots. We call it as alpha minus beta whole modulus. Difference of roots. We take the modulus because we are interested in a positive output of alpha minus beta. So now alpha we have minus b plus root d by 2a minus b minus root d by 2a. Okay, so minus b plus b will cancel out. Root d plus root d is 2 root d, so this will become 2 root d by 2a whole modulus, which comes out to be root d by a. So difference of roots is also very quite important statement, and it comes out to be root d by a, or you can write it as difference of alpha minus beta is root d by a modulus. Root d will be a positive output because it is under root, and mod a we are writing because we have to consider the difference of root as positive. Now you can also calculate the sum of root and product of root from a different equation also. I can write ax square plus bx plus c as a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta because alpha and beta are roots of this equation. So if I divide by a on both the sides, I will get x square plus b by ax plus c by a, which is also equal to x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta. And if we compare the left hand side and right hand side of both the equations, what we will get is alpha plus beta with a negative sign is b by a and alpha beta is c by a. So from here also alpha plus beta will be equal to minus b by a and alpha beta is equal to c by a. I hope it is also clear. Now suppose we are provided with the roots alpha and beta, and the problem is asking about the equation of quadratic equation of these roots. The equation whose roots are alpha comma beta. If it is asked, then what we will do is I can write s as alpha plus beta and p as alpha into beta. Now our equation will be a times of x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0 because we can write the equation as this. Then it will become a times of x square minus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. I can put a in the 0 because a is not equal to 0, otherwise it won't be a quadratic equation. So we will get x square minus sx plus p equal to 0. So this is also a result which will give us the equation of a quadratic equation whose roots are alpha comma beta.